All right, welcome to our Summit Host Partner Welcome video. This is going to walk you through our organizational structure of everything we're going to do in order to keep everything on track, efficient, and running according to plan. So first and foremost, we would have already created at this point a special folder just for you in your Summit. So this is just going to be our demo folder here for this particular video, and you'll see a number of these. Now keep in mind that not all the names will be exactly the same. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. This is an ever evolving process. So if you get in here and you see something that might look a little bit different, don't worry about it. That's just something that happens. Also, if you get into this folder, when you go to the back of the email that we would have sent you, or maybe through Skype, something like that, the link to get into this folder once we've added you, and you're not able to edit anything or drop anything into folders, it's probably because you're either not logged in correctly to your Google Drive, which you can figure out what your login is up here by just clicking on this. This will let you know what you're logged in as. So if that doesn't happen, if you can't actually make any edits, let us know what your actual Gmail or your Google Drive account email is, and we'll make sure we add that to that so that you can go in there and drop files in and edit. Sometimes this pops up, it'll say read only, you can't make any edits. That's because you're not logged in correctly. So that's what might happen. All right, so just to quickly run through this, it's brief. The most important thing for you to do, first and foremost, is to be able to open up the Summit Planning template. We're going to go to this in just a moment in our next video and really go deep into the copy and a lot of the other areas. But we've also put a number of very easy to use and useful pieces of the puzzle here. So for example, read me first. This is our naming organizational document. So I'll just pop this open real quick so you can see it. When we start getting files in, we want to make sure that they're named correctly. So first name underscore last name. If you're going to send us a JPEG or a GIF or someone's headshot, recordings, MP3 files, that type of things, it's going to be real important for you to name this properly. Otherwise, you won't be able to find it. Same thing here. If you're going to create a bonus, you want to actually create a folder, which is going to be the name of the person, folder name, and put their bonuses inside that. Sometimes a bonus might have multiple files, might be 3 videos, and not just be one video that you can just name as that person's bonus, because we need to make sure inside of that bonus, if there's, if it's going to be a course, for example, someone's wanting to give us as a bonus, they might have a couple PDFs, there might be a video that goes along with that. That's where you're going to want to make sure that that's organized so we can find it and put it up in the system very quickly and easily. Swipe files, same type of thing. Transcripts will be named the same way. Let me just pop out of this real quick. You're going to get into this later on once we get started with after we finish our copy and you start contacting speakers. So the next most important things for you to realize here is we have this headshot folder. So headshots are really, really important for us. We can get our sample pages up pretty quick once we have headshots, once we have all the copy dialed in, which we're going to do in another video. If you have editing skills and you want to go ahead and edit the photos, I should say, they need to be 300 by 300 pixels wide. Otherwise, just leave them on the outside of this folder, and once we finish editing them, we'll put them into the edited headshots area, okay? So that's something important. It's very important to keep in mind. If there's any notes or transcripts, they'll end up being in the notes and transcripts area. If the speaker wants to provide a bonus, you put that here in the bonuses area. Now, there's 2 different types of bonuses. There's free bonuses and there's paid bonuses. Free bonuses are going to be like opt-in bonuses. We give them to everyone who opts in. Some people ask, well, can I just say my URL and can you send them over to my website so they can get the bonus and I can get an opt-in? We don't allow people to do that for a very specific reason. First is because if everyone that participates in the first day does that, then all of the participants who listen to those talks are going to go to someone else's website, opt in for their free bonus, and probably going to get pitched a product. That relieves the buying tension way too early. And what that does is it doesn't give a fair shake to all of our speakers that might actually be on the 3rd, 4th, even sometimes 5th day of our summit. And they're obviously, everyone's already spent all their money, so we don't like that. It also is not fair to our affiliates who are sending us a lot of traffic. And many of our affiliates are media buyers who are spending money to actually send emails out on our behalf to make some commissions. It's just not fair to them to have someone go spend all their money with a speaker and not be able to earn any money from all the traffic that they're sending us, because we obviously want to build a really strong opt-in list as well. Now, one thing we do with the free bonuses is we also will send an email out after the event's over with links to all the bonuses as well back in that. So bonuses have to, if they're free, they have to be something that we can download and we can give to people. A coupon is not a free bonus, in my opinion. That could be a paid bonus if it's very high value. Say their product is normally like $1,000 or $500. And they're giving us $100 off, 20% off, 25% off. That's going to be possibly useful, okay? Free books, full books, just a chapter of a book, that's kind of more of a free bonus. But again, that's something that they have to give us the chapter and we make it downloadable, through our own email system. Paid bonuses are going to be a lot more higher value for people, courses, video series, docu-series, full books, full ebooks, sometimes an infographic, process map, tip sheets. Tip sheets can end up in free bonuses, just to give you a heads up on that one. Okay, so I won't go in too deep on that, the bonuses stuff there. Any other images? Say that you have some branding that you like to use, or maybe there's a certain image you like to put in the background of some of your things. Go ahead and drop those in there if you have them, because that way we can at least use them. Or if you have your logo for your standard business, when we go through the logo creation process, we can hop in here and see if you have a logo. Maybe we use the same color scheme. Maybe we use the some of the icons from your logo just to kind of keep brand continuity. Of course, recordings, MP3s go in here. Swipe files, anything that we need to drop in swipe file wise. These could be emails, these could be images. And of course, we're going to create ads for every one of our speakers. That's usually something we do, or at least for the summit, so that social media channels, we can share those and things like that. And of course, if you have any upsell or downsell products, full courses, anything like that, you want to put those in here. And that way, at least we keep everything organized and easy to find. Okay, the last two things here, if you're stuck on what you should say when you're going through the hosting process, how to start an interview, just some little things. Here's some tips. We keep this up to date, so if you see these names changing again, or if there's anything that changes on these forms when you see the video, don't freak out, because this is something that is evolving always. We're always trying to do better and add more little tips and things, so that's going to change a little bit. And of course, we have email swipe files, and this is a number of emails throughout the entire process. It's very fill in the blank. You can take your stab at it if you want to, or just leave it, and we'll go through that when we get to that area. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Again, if you don't have access to this sheet, look on this page. You should see a page here to schedule a call with me or one of my staff members if you get stuck, and we can help you out of any jam. Sometimes we only need 15 minutes, so don't think that you always have to use an hour or 30-minute phone call. We can usually answer most questions and get to the root of the problem within 15 minutes or even less, because we're very efficient at what we do here. So, okay, next video, we're going to get into our copywriting, and we're going to go through the summit planning template. I'm just going to quickly give you an overview of that summit planning template in this welcome video, because I just want to quickly show this to you. And then we'll get into the nuts and bolts in the next video. So most of these are laid out in order that we're going to be using them. So we have a copy trigger. So we're going to get into the deep dive of the copy. That'll be probably the first video we go through. This is a speaker worksheet. So once the copy is finished and you start getting ready to contact speakers, we're going to get into this. I'll explain that. If you're going to add bonuses, there's another tab here at the bottom for bonuses. So we keep track of our paid bonuses and our free bonuses. Sometimes we have more than 5 or 6, maybe even 12, sometimes 20 free bonuses. We don't want to go too far. I like to keep free bonuses down to less than a dozen, and paid bonuses to, well, I mean, really we could do as many paid bonuses as we want to, but 6 to 12 is pretty solid. If we end up going over, as long as they're high value, that's fine. Funnel and payments. This is where we're going to map out our funnel. This is just some sample information for you here. We're going to get into that later on once we get to that place. One sheet is going to be our production sheet. So once everything is completely done, speaker recordings have been completed, they're going to go into this file, or I should say this sheet, and that's where we start also choosing which speakers we're going to have on what days. We're going to reorganize that. And we also keep track of the JVs and the partners and whatnot there as well. This is for our JV management team. Now, if you want to handle some of the JV stuff, that's fine with us. But if you do come across JVs or really good people that we can work with, you can drop them right into this. This is going to be like their first name, what the size of their reach is. This is social, their website URL, their phone number and email. Of course, we try to get at least 6 or however many mailing dates we can, and we keep track of the progress, any notes you might have on that JV partner if they're a friend of yours or anything. This will help our JV management team really go through and pick the top of the JV partners to work with. Offers and emails. If you find that there are certain offers that you come across as you're going through this process, or someone that you talk to that has a really cool offer that we might want to mail after post-summit, go ahead and put that information in here, like what the offer title is, what their name that partner is, if we've scheduled it or not. This is, again, most of this is after the fact, just to give us an idea of what we're going to do next. And we've also included 2 calendars, one for the current year and then one for the following year. And we try to keep these holidays up to date too. And this is, again, it's just a blank calendar so that we can see what else is going on, if you've got other events or if there's other summits or other physical events happening around the dates. We can keep track of that. And then at the very end, we have a development tab. And this is mainly for us. You don't really need to look at any of this stuff here. This is just to keep us on track with all the pieces of the puzzle that need to go in to building out the summit. As you can see, this is about half of it. This doesn't go through all of the intricacies of every single email we write, all that stuff. This is just the nuts and bolts of getting this thing set up so that it runs and automates efficiently. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this quick overview. We got done in about 10 minutes. I think that's pretty good. And if you get stuck, just come back and watch this video. Otherwise, we'll see you in the first of the copy videos.